Hey everyone, this is Jimmy Olawale. I'm so sorry I have been absent for some time, and I have received some messages from some of you asking me when am I going to post my next video. It's been a hectic past 2 months around here in our household, so I'm so sorry for the delay in my videos, so I apologize, but I am back. Today I want to talk about in-laws and outside influences on your marriage. In fact, this particular conversation that I want to have with you guys, or should I say talk with you guys, was actually sort of birthed by a recent news that I saw about the president of Nigeria and his wife, the statements that she made to CNN about her husband and the fact that she wasn't going to support him if he were to run for re-election. I was really flabbergasted by the things that she said, because I thought, wow, how very sort of disloyal that is to go outside on international television and talk so badly about your spouse. So it really just had me thinking about the role of other influences outside your home in your marriage. I particularly want to focus on in-laws and maybe friends and others. The first part is, the truth is your home comes first. You don't create openings for people on the outside to come into your home, to be able to have, a necessary influence in driving what goes on within your household. You have to be very careful about the kind of people you are sharing with, about the kind of people you are talking to about your home. Make sure they are tested, they're tried, and that they're wise. Not everyone can give you wise counsel. Not everyone should have the right to hear your story. In-laws are a particularly tough situation. It's a very tricky water. But I always say to people that your spouse comes first. And it's very difficult, for a lot of people to accept when their, family member gets married, that the loyalty of that person has shifted to their spouse. The truth is that when you get married, your first loyalty is to your spouse. It's not to your siblings, it's not to your parents. Now, don't get me wrong, you do have an obligation to take care of your family. You have an obligation to take care of your parents. But when it comes down to it, it is your job to protect your spouse. Your spouse shouldn't have to be fighting your in-law, your family. They shouldn't have to be engaged in unnecessary disagreements with them. Your job is to protect your spouse. Your vows are to your spouse, to love, to hold, to protect. It's important that you take care of your family members. It's important that you take care of your sisters and brothers. But at the end of the day, they're all going to get married. They're all going to chart their own lives. And this person that you have chosen, whether it's your husband or your wife, is the person that you have decided that you want to spend the rest of your life with. So it is imperative that you protect them. And I know that, a lot of people will say, well, I have known my family for so many, many years, and, they should have my first loyalty. The truth is, if your marriage is going to survive, your spouse must be your number one priority. Your loyalty should be to your marriage first. Your job is to protect them, because that's your family. Your mother, your father, they have their own marriages or their own relationships. They live their lives. It is important that you take care of them and communicate with them. But do not allow people, don't go to your family members and talk badly about your spouse. Of course, you're giving them ammunition. If you're going to go to your family members and you know that they don't like your spouse, and you're talking about how horrible she is or how horrible he is, well, guess what? You are giving them ammunition. You're giving them more reasons to put down your spouse. And you're breaking your oath. You're breaking your oath to your wife. You're breaking your oath to your husband. Don't disparage your mate in front of your friends. Don't go outside on social media talking badly about your family, saying bad things about your spouse. Sometimes I see people post things on social media about their husbands or their wives that are absolutely terrible. If you have a problem with your spouse, social media, Facebook or Twitter, they're not the place for you to resolve those issues, because when you're done resolving those issues, the people outside that you have gone and posted these things to, they're not there to know that you've resolved those issues. And the truth is, Everyone has problems in their relationships. Nobody gets to be married or have a relationship and not have conflict. It's impossible. So you need to figure out how to resolve those conflicts without involving people who are not wise, people who are not objective. If you notice that, you tell someone and they come down very, heavy handed on the way that they are giving you advice on one side, it's time for you to know that maybe they're not the best person to talk to. Outside of situations where there's domestic violence, where definitely you need to get help and you need to speak up. I believe that if spouses are having problems, they should be able to resolve it among themselves, or get a counselor, or get a wise pastor or someone like that. But don't go around to your in-laws disparaging your spouse. That's all I have to say. I say, your spouse first. Take care of your family. But if that marriage is going to last forever, if you guys are going to stay together forever, understand that you are the one that need to protect them. Don't create unnecessary openings for someone to come and disrespect your spouse, because your loyalty is to them. Anyway, I have to go now. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.